Hey, so I'm going to show you in this video real quick how I put together the rock, paper, scissors build for my Dreams project. Now it's easier to set up if you have someone there to wrap the controller around your forearm and tape the strings to your fingers. Well, I was able to manage it with just myself, with pre-cutting out the tape and such. But anyway, it does involve tape, some string, and of course a controller. Thanks.
So I have here everything that I've used to put together my rock, paper, scissors build. I've got this string here with a loop tied around one end, that loop being put around each thumbstick of the controller. The other end of the string will be tied to my finger, so as I pull on the string, it'll pull on the thumbstick on the controller. The string has no give. I feel like that's kind of critical. I just use some neat wrapping string from a grocery store. The tape I use to keep the string attached to my finger as well as the controller itself to my forearm. It is very critical that you do not cut off your circulation here. Just a fair warning.
So this is what you're going to want to have the build look like. I've got the thumbsticks with strings wrapped around them running to my fingers so that when I pull on one of my fingers, it pulls on the corresponding thumbstick. Now if I pull on both, it pulls both, just one, both, and each combination gives a different output. Now I've got a positive point, a negative point, and a neutral point in the level corresponding to each output dependent on what's flying across the screen. Be sure as well that the controller is strapped pretty securely, but not too securely that you're cutting off your circulation, to your forearm. That way you can free move your hand around and still make the symbols and play the level. I perhaps should mention that as I have the string wrapped around my fingers, it's curled around each layer of tape. I don't know if you can see through the camera there. As I pull on these strings, if I just had the one layer of string going through, the string would come loose under the tape. The tape's not that strong. So I've curled it, so I've run it through, wrapped the tape, run the string back around, wrap the tape, run the string back over again, wrap the tape. I did that 3 times. I find that to be secure enough to where the string doesn't slip loose under my fingers. Alright, so just a quick couple of notes that I forgot to mention earlier. Firstly, as you're taping the controller around your forearm, be sure that you're not taping the thumbsticks themselves. You need, of course, to be able to move those thumbsticks in order to trigger the outputs for the game. Also, I've found it best to tape my middle finger and my ring finger with the strings. That way the main body of the hand will kind of act as a point for the strings to run, whereas if I did my index finger, it might run along here and not give as much of a pull. Also, you can use just one controller. I have it set so that either player 1 or player 2 can control the hand and the response to the formations across the screen. You're going to want to make sure that it's calibrated so that when you pull both fingers, go into the rock position, pull just the one set, goes into scissors, you release both, it's in paper. So calibrate it to that point, and you should be ready to play.